Hey guys, what's going on here? D-Press Gaming. I know this isn't going to be much about gaming, but my uncle just got a great new crested gecko. Its name is Crown, and we're going to tell you, this is going to be like a care episode. Okay, so this is the person that's going to be telling you about the crested gecko.
Very close.
And there are two other people that we're gonna ask questions to, and they're gonna ask questions because they're really confused. Okay, so over to Damien. What do they eat? Would you care to answer that?
I will. So mine is on a crested gecko diet, which is super simple to make. It's super to buy. It's easy to buy. It's non-expensive. It's this Pangea, not sponsored. It's Pangea's insect flavor complete diet. It has everything that you need. It looks like this on the inside. I want to show that picture thing.
Just zoom in.
It looks like that.
Looks like oatmeal before it's
It
made.
looks like it's just a powder-based diet, and when you add it with water, which is what you want to do, you should have something close to what it looks like here. It's supposed to look something like that. It's super easy to care for. I also I'm gonna start feeding mine these, which are another really good thing to feed your gecko. These are dubia roaches, and they're super healthy, super good for reptiles. They're great choice for feeding anything, amphibians, reptiles, all that. That's what I feed mine. If there's any more questions about that.
Do you have to keep the dubia roaches in any specific cage?
No, as long as they're fed stuff on this list right here, and nothing, all this stuff right here, all this stuff on this side of the sheet, all these like mango, berries, kale, collard greens, all
Sweet
that
potato.
stuff. Sweet potatoes are all good things to feed your roaches, crickets, mealworms, whatever you're feeding. And then every once in a while dust them with these. This is Repticalcium. Gives calcium to your reptiles, feeder insects, and it's super good choice. So that's what I feed mine, and that's what you should feed your dubias.
Okay, do you have any other questions? No. Okay. Over to Daylin. What do they need? Would you care to answer that?
So a crested gecko needs a more taller enclosure than they do longer. I have the Exoterras 12 by 12 by 18.
Is that because crested geckos climb?
Yes, they do climb. They love being up in the trees. They love all that. I like this cage as well because it's a latching top, won't come off, and it's a latching front as well. They also, these two things right here you really need for any reptile setup: a humidity reader and a temperature gauge. So they need those for whatever, just to see if they're at the right humidity and the right temperature. A crested gecko can be held at temperatures from 70 to 82 degrees. They need a hanging ledge, or else they won't be able to find their food too easily. I give mine its crested gecko diet, as you seen earlier. And I always have a water just in case it wants some water. I have a couple plants. I have one right here. I'm going to keep adding a couple plants. I'm going to add possibly another here and
The
here.
cage is very festive.
I have it was just Halloween, so like spooky, scary pumpkin. I have a wood hide back here. I have this. They can crawl in here. This is super rough. It's nice. There's a plant back here, a suction cup plant.
And that's where he normally is, huh?
Yeah, and
This is where my gecko normally is.
and this is the gecko.
And here I have a heat lamp, which just It gives a little heat when I want to. It has a night lamp. They don't require it as long as you don't have it too cold of a house or too hot of a house. If you have too hot of a house, you're going to have to find the coolest room for them to survive and thrive in. So they do pretty well in glass enclosures because it keeps humidity amazing. I recommend for the first week that you own a crested gecko to have paper towel instead of the substrate that I use. This is Exoterra's Plantium soil. I recommend it. It can hold humidity. It's a natural eco fiber substrate, and they're super easy. And my gecko ledge, as you saw earlier, takes that, and this is what you put inside the gecko ledge. It's just a 2-ounce plastic disposable cup.
I have another question. What do they look like?
They look like that. Our question was, what temperature do they need?
As if you were paying attention, they can stay from 70 to 82 degrees just fine. No problems. They'll stay healthy. They can live in this setup their whole life with no stress, no nothing. And they can survive that whole life. For 15 to 20 years is how long this gecko is going to survive.
Okay, so now to what you guys really, really, really want to see. The gecko.
This is my gecko. His name's Crown.
Its name's Crown. We don't actually
It's
know
only
what
4
gender
months old.
it is. So look at
Say
it.
hello. Keep going. You might jump on the camera.
They like jumping. They like jumping. So if you put your hand. Well, Crown, go.
Can I jump on the man? Watch out, guys. Watch out. Really? Get that stuff out of your hand before you get my gecko.
Okay, and you can buy different morphs of geckos.
Mine is a Brandy Voodoo morph combo mix. I got them from the Denver, Colorado Repticon. As you can tell, is my shirt. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, and
I
he's
would, if you're
very
looking,
cute,
if you're looking for an easy to care for reptile that doesn't require live bugs, doesn't require too much heat.
How old is he?
My gecko is 4 months old, and it's unsexed. It's on all that. It doesn't have a gender at the moment. It won't have